Hi, everybody. Welcome to week 7 of virtual English. Sorry, I am wearing a mask while I am talking to this, but I've already had the COVID, but I found out over the weekend that my aunt tested positive and we ate breakfast with her Sunday. She's a nurse, so she got rapid tested. So we didn't know, and she didn't get tested until after we ate breakfast with her. But regardless, here we are. And so, just to be on the safe side, I'm wearing this all day because that's what you're supposed to do, believe it or not. Okay, let's do this one right here. Are we on this one? Yeah, we're on this one. So here's what you need to do for week 7. You need to summarize and paraphrase. Your objectives are to summarize and paraphrase passages from an outside source, identify the boundaries and consequences of plagiarism in an academic context. Don't plagiarize or you will get kicked out of college. It makes my life extremely difficult whenever y'all plagiarize in this class because not only do I have to deal with SEMO on your behalf, but I have to deal with our administration on your behalf, and we have to really, really work hard at making sure that they don't kick your butt out of college. And it's bad. So don't plagiarize. Don't make my life a living H word. Uh, Number 3, locate credible sources for informative writing. And number 4, praise source credibility and relevance. That's what we're going to be kind of doing over these couple lessons. In fact, these activities as well. He still hasn't given me access to the research assignment. So if one of y'all would be willing to click on it and tell me what y'all see, just email it to me, and that would be like copy and paste it, email it to me, because I think it's the same one as we've had in the past. That will be on Classroom for the non-dual credit students as soon as I get the email from them. So we're going to go over these lessons. In fact, we're going to probably do navigating databases first, and then we're going to do the rest of this. Read chapters 47 to 49, Norton Field Guide. Those annotations are due Friday, 20 annotations over that. Read chapters 51 through 53 in the Norton Field Guide for Writing. Those annotations are 20, and those are also due on Friday. These 3 assignments are due on Sunday. Also next Wednesday, your informative essay is due, where you have to look at a resource. It can be an online resource. I had Craigslist listed, so that's something you can look at. Right now, like I know some people are doing the chamber. Keep in mind, like the Chamber of Commerce, yes, this is the bigger thing that they do, but they also do other things throughout the year, so that's a thing to look at. Yeah, just look at how the resource is. I feel like the assignment sheet's pretty like straightforward. Like answer the questions the assignment sheet asks near the bottom of that first page, and I think you'd be all right. So before we talk about these assignments, let's talk about how to navigate a database, because that's what you're going to have to do. I'm pretty positive for this research assignment right here is navigate a database. So let's click on it. You emailed it to me. Thank you. I will make sure to get that. So the first step in accessing a database is you need to actually go to the Kent Library webpage at library.cmo.edu, and it'll look like this. And I believe it still does look like that. Let me just double check. Where's my finger? There it is. Library.cmo.edu. All right, there we go. So yes, it still looks like this. So this will work. You're going to click on, you're going to locate articles and databases button, which is right here. So let's go back up here. And articles and databases. All right, from there, you're going to choose a database. Once you click the button, you'll go to a page that looks like this. Here's how you can choose from any of the available databases or filter them by subject name, etc., using the tabs in the middle of the page. You will start with the multidiscipline databases on this page. These will have a little bit of everything, and then they'll get generally more specific, and they will generally have more than enough information for anyone other than a content area expert is looking for a deeper access. So basically, this provides you with a bunch of different databases you could use for all this. In fact, there are databases A through Z is kind of where you're going to be looking at all of these, and you're going to have to use your SEMO login to access them. Non-dual credit students, I'll explain what you need to do here in a moment. but pretty much just you click on one of these, use CMO to log it in. I recommend using JSTOR. I find JSTOR is very beneficial. It's really good to navigate. And I even think JSTOR provides free articles at this point in time. EBSCOhost is the one that the school uses and you might have used before, but the school has access to it while you're here on the school Wi-Fi. You don't even have to log in to EBSCOhost to access that. If you're a virtual non-dual credit student, then you're pretty much not SOL. So you're going to have to use Google Scholar, and I'll show you all how to use Google Scholar here in a bit. If you are in dual credit, do not use Google Scholar because you have access to better resources than Google Scholar. An example, what he was talking about is that they can get more specific. As an English teacher, the journal that English teachers use to talk about these types of things, and it is our professional organization journal, is English Journal. And so I would actually probably pay for English Journal and log into that and access all the articles I did. That's what I did even whenever I was in college, whenever I was getting my master's degree, as I just paid for a membership in NCTE and use theirs for all of my resources. All right, so whenever you're searching a database, so he's selected EBSCOhost, which is one that the school has access to. Searching a database is just like using any other search engine. You'll put in your search terms in the box at the top and you'll be on your way. All right, so before you hit the search button, you'll want to check the two boxes outlined in red above. These two simple options will make your life much easier. Clicking the full text box logically limits the results to only items that will have full text available online, and this will save you from having to go through the results that you could only read if you found a print copy somewhere. So sometimes it's like EBSCOhost is a library service, and so sometimes it's like, yes, this exists, but it's in a library in Kansas City, and it will take you 2 weeks to get it. So make sure you have full text available online is what you're looking for to make your life a little bit easier. The second box will limit your search to scholarly journals only. This benefits you because these are typically the most credible sources available. If you don't check that box, you'll see the results from newspapers and magazines as well, but don't want to see any of those sources. They're often general in their information and biased one way or another. All right, and then managing the result. After you've entered your search terms, limit the results and click on the search button and you'll find this page right here. And you'll see this over here. This is the limit the thing. As you can see, there are additional options to filter your, 1 second, getting a spam call. There we go, from Jefferson City. As you can see, these are additional options that can help filter your results even further. You can make sure it's the most relevant information by the published date. You can even like specifically say, I only want them from this type of publishment. Book review, like here's an interesting thing about book reviews, which you don't need to know right now, but maybe in the future. A lot of the times they will want you, and once you get like deeper into your content area in college, they'll want you to focus more on books and academic journals. Book reviews allow you to pretend that you read the book without reading the book. If you can read 4 book reviews and synthesize the information pretty effectively, that can present yourself as, oh, I read this book, even though you really didn't. So that's just an FYI for future you to probably take advantage of. I'd recommend reading the book if the class says read this book, but if you're just doing general research, that works. All right, full text options. Down here, we'll show you how to access the full text. It is usually right here. It's the PDF that you'll usually want to click on. You could use the HTML is fine, but the PDF is the most consistent because it also provides you with the page numbers. All right. Come on, I went backwards for a second. The other one we're going to look at is, I believe, the abstract. Here's another useful piece of information. An abstract is a summary of what the entire article has to say. So you can read the abstract to get an idea of what the article is about, and then you can decide whether or not you need to read the article. And in some cases, if you're having to do a thing like an annotated bibliography, you could use this to help you write your annotated bibliography come next semester. All right, cite features. All of these have a cite feature on it, so you don't have to go to Citation Machine or anything like that to get your citation. It's usually on the side. It'll say create a citation. and we're using MLA, and so you would select the MLA one that they have already conveniently generated for you. That makes your life a whole lot easier. All right, that is how to navigate databases. All right, I'm gonna go over the the 3 lessons now, and then offline, y'all can read the identifying research and integrating source research. Integrating research is probably the most important one for you to read, even if you are like, I'm not gonna read any stupid stuff Davidson posts on here. Oh, this is stupid. My name's bromance, and all this is stupid. This is so stupid. At least please read the integrating research one. That is a very beneficial one that we're going to read as a class here in a second. But if you are a virtual student, please read that one. Please read all of the stuff that gets posted, but especially that one. All right, let's talk about this, the sample works cited exercise. So essentially what this is they're wanting you to create a works cited page using MLA style. They provide you with a explanation of what the source is, but this is not a citation. You have to create the citation based off of this. I recommend at this point in time, you actually do use like an easy bib or cite this for me, but you hit the manual citation and enter the information that you've been provided. And sometimes you can get additional information. If you can get that additional information, that's great. But you need to create a works cited page using these 5 sources. I'm not going to tell you exactly what they are, but I will tell you that you have 1 book, you have 1 newspaper editorial, you have 2 journal articles, and you have a website. On the website, you actually need to go find the website. It's not that hard to find the website. But that is all I'm going to tell you for this. You need to pretend it's a works cited page, so you need to make sure it's in alphabetical order. You have works cited and blah, 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 and you'll submit it here, or you'll submit it on Classroom. All right, so that's the sample works cited page. It's fairly easy. Now let's get to the more difficult ones. Back up. The summarizing and paraphrasing exercise. This is the one's a little bit more difficult. And of course, it's downloading again. I have like 17 of these now. All right, so for this one, it's an it has a lot of like contextual stuff wrapped around it. So I'm just going to cut straight to exactly what the assignment is. This explains why you're doing it. This explains how to summarize. And this right here, information to be summarized. Whoa, highlighted too much. This right here, the information to be summarized, this paragraph right here is what you'll be doing the assignment with. All right, just this right here. You're going to take this and you're actually going to summarize this information right here. That is what you're summarizing for this activity, is that right there. Nothing else, just that. And then they give you an example of a bad summary and then explain why it's bad. You are supposed to create a good summary for this piece of information right here. You're not done yet. You got one more thing. Down here, it explains what a paraphrase is, and it gives you a sentence that needs to be paraphrased. Then they give a poor paraphrasing and explain why it was a poor paraphrase. So just like above, with this right here, where you're going to create a summary of this, for this sentence right here, this one right here, this original sentence right here, you're going to paraphrase. All right? I know it seems redundant. I know I seem like I'm trying to talk to y'all like y'all are dumb. But I can't tell you how many students have failed this activity because they did not do these 2 things. All right? So all you have to do is summarize this right here. Just this. This is all you're summarizing. And then you're paraphrasing. This is all you're paraphrasing. All right? That's all you're doing. Summarizing the original above, paraphrasing the original right here. That's what you have to do. That's what you're looking at are those 2 things. Like y'all don't understand like how often I've had to I guarantee you, as soon as I get off the webcam here, someone out there, it's perfectly fine, but one of y'all are going to be like, all right, what do I need to do for the paraphrase summarizing activity? Maybe not today because I'm going on this rant, but like Wednesday, somebody will be like, hey, what am I supposed to do for this paraphrasing summary activity? You are paraphrasing this sentence right here, and you are summarizing this sentence, this paragraph right here. All right? That's what you're doing for that assignment. Okay, now that we're done with that, let us talk about the other assignment. It's homecoming week. It's not the research assignment. Yep, it's exactly the same as it was in the past. So I can pull this up, EN100, and it will be on Classroom here in about 5 minutes. Research assignment. As it loads. Come on. There we go. And I can stop sharing this for a second. And I will start sharing this. Open, come on. It's not that big of a file. There we go. So share. There we go. All right, here's your assignment. It is what they've done the past couple of years. After viewing the lessons on using databases through the Kent Library to find one, they want you to find one academic source. You're going to find one academic source and provide the following information about it. An MLA style works cited page entry for it. So you're going to provide the citation. As we mentioned before, the database normally provides you the citation. You're going to summarize the article. So what was the article about? Once again, the abstract would be very beneficial there for you. Discuss what you know about the author and the publication. So what do you know about this person that wrote this article? What do you know about this journal that published it? And discuss why you think this source is credible. So that's what you're doing. Provide a citation, summarize the article, tell us what you know about the author and the journal, and then can we trust it or not? That is what you'll be doing. That is your assignment. It's that simple. In fact, here, we'll do it together real fast. Well, we won't do the whole thing together, but we'll do a decent amount real fast. So as I mentioned, for the non-dual credit students, we'll just do desktop. There we go. I think y'all can see this. I hope y'all can see it. Technology, you gotta love it. Let's see. I know y'all are enjoying this just as much as I am. All right, there we go. So I've said before, I think JSTOR is a really good source, and if you can have access to it, that would be great. But it's very expensive. If you go to CMO, you have access to it. I do think they give you some free sources. So open and free content. Yes, you have some open and free content that you could work with. You could work with that. And I'll also show you Google Scholar here in a second. So let's say that I'm wanting to learn more about free writing. I'll hit search, and it is searching, and voila, there's a wide variety of sources that you could go with. I can limit it down to academic journals. I can look at just serials, documents, blah, 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 blah. Let's see. I can even do it by subject area. We'll just kind of look at what we got so far. The Iowa Review by Sandra, here we go. Free Writing and Composition class. This is from 1977, but this would probably be a good one. So I'd click on this and let it load. Voila. And of course, like I would read the thing and whatnot, actually go in and read it. I believe that you have the options of, all the options are further over this way. Yep. And of course you can get a citation. So I'd create my citation right here, MLA, copy, paste that into my document, read this, summarize it, tell them what I know about the NCTE, which is good things, and tell them what I found out about Michael J. Southwell, and then tell me whether or not I could trust what Michael and the NCTE said. That's how you do it. It's just that simple. You actually have to read the article, of course, but that's how you navigate an academic journal database. I like JSTOR. I would prefer you to do JSTOR or EBSCOhost. I know those of you at home have some limitations, so let's look at Google Scholar. As I horribly misspelled Scholar. There we go. This is Google Scholar. You could do the exact same thing. I'll type in free writing, and it has a lot more HTML stuff, but you still have stuff that you could work with here. Try to find one that is free. So yeah, you click on it. Let it load. So this does allow you to download it. So you can download it. Tells you the abstract. Here's the recommended citation. I believe that is an APA style citation, which and for me, if you're having to do this for me, is fine. I like APA and MLA are kind of interchangeable, honestly. Most of you will write 90% of your essays in APA. It's just us English teachers that force y'all to use MLA. But APA is fine. In my book, if you're in the dual credit class, you have to use MLA. But if you're not, I'm cool with APA. So summarize the article, tell us about the publication, the Journal of University Teaching and Learning Practices, and the author, who is Y.L. Lee of the University of Cambria, and then tell us whether or not we can trust it. There you go. That's how it works. It's not that, that's all you have to do this week. Next week, you will be writing your your observation essay over your resource that you chose to look at. And you have 3 assignments this week, and you have 2 annotations. So that's all I got for you. I'll see y'all later. I'm sad. I'm so sad that none of you decided to join me from your humble abodes, but I'm glad that all of you decided to be forcibly joined with me. All right, I will see y'all later. Bye-bye. Get my work done. Bye.